As a brain doctor, I'm shocked. This vitamin raises stroke and heart attack risk overnight. If you're over 60 and still taking your daily vitamins at night to support your health, you may be unknowingly increasing your risk of stroke and heart attack. It only takes a moment while you're fast asleep, then suddenly waking up unable to move your arm, slurring your words, feeling dizzy or off balance. And the frightening part is, the cause may not be smoking, poor diet, or lack of exercise. It could be the very vitamin you took the night before. As a neurologist, I've seen many patients suffer strokes in the early morning, just minutes after waking up. And in many of those cases, there was a common link: taking vitamins or supplements improperly, wrong timing, incorrect dosage, or inappropriate for their age or cardiovascular condition. In this video, I'll reveal 5 common types of vitamins, including some that are widely believed to be harmless or good for memory, vision, or skin, that, when taken at the wrong time or in excess, may increase the risk of brain hemorrhage, disrupt blood pressure regulation, and damage blood vessels. Most importantly, I'll show you how to take vitamins the right way, when to take them, how much, and how to combine them safely so you can still protect your heart, memory, and mental clarity without putting yourself at risk. This isn't a call to stop taking vitamins altogether. It's a reminder that after 60, your body needs a smarter, more tailored approach, one that's based on real understanding and aligned with your current health needs. But more importantly, I'll show you how to use them safely to protect your brain, your memory, your heart, and your overall vitality. If you've ever taken vitamin D, E, B6, A, or niacin, you need to watch this video until the end, because the information could save your life or someone you love. But before we dive in, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered if your vitamins could actually harm you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's start with the most surprising one, vitamin D. You've probably heard that vitamin D is good for your bones, immune system, and even your mood. That's true, but when taken in high doses or at the wrong time, it could quietly trigger a stroke while you're asleep. I've seen it firsthand in my clinic. Take Mr. Harold, a 74-year-old retired carpenter. He lived a clean, disciplined life. Every morning, he took 10,000 IUs of vitamin D, believing it kept his bones strong. What he didn't know was that excessive intake over time led to calcium buildup in his bloodstream, making his arteries stiff and narrow. One morning, his wife found him unable to speak clearly and lift his right arm. It was a stroke. Tests later showed extremely high calcium levels, hardened arteries, and dangerously unstable blood pressure. The culprit: vitamin D toxicity. When your body absorbs too much vitamin D, it loses control over calcium regulation. The excess calcium doesn't just disappear, it deposits in your blood vessels, narrowing them and increasing the risk of blood clots. And just one blood clot reaching your brain could take away your ability to speak, walk, or even survive. After age 60, your body begins to change in subtle but serious ways. Your arteries lose flexibility, your sleep becomes lighter, your body dehydrates more easily. And when excess calcium spikes at night, it creates the perfect storm, what I call a silent time bomb, that could lead to a hemorrhagic stroke while you sleep. The most terrifying thing? There are often no warning signs of stroke. You go to bed like every night and might wake up in a body you don't recognize. Here's something most people don't know. Many over-the-counter vitamin D supplements in the US contain much higher doses than your body actually needs. Some pills have 5,000, even 10,000 IU per capsule, and millions of seniors take them daily, thinking the more, the better. But research shows that even 2,000 IU per day may be too much, especially if you're not truly deficient.
If you're taking vitamin D, especially combined with calcium or heart medications, you must check your blood levels regularly. And always take it in the morning, never before bedtime. Do you even know how much IU is in your vitamin? And if this makes you rethink things, please share this video. It could literally save someone's life, just like it did for Margaret. Margaret, 81, is a retired homemaker from Oregon. She lived a simple life, loved gardening, and spent time with her grandchildren. Every morning, she took a 10,000 IU vitamin D pill, thinking it would protect her bones. But one morning, she woke up unable to move her right arm. Her brain felt foggy, and her speech was slurred. She had suffered a stroke in her sleep. Blood tests showed dangerously high calcium levels, arterial hardening, and unstable blood pressure. The cause? Silent vitamin D toxicity. When you overload on vitamin D, especially without a doctor's guidance, your body can't regulate the sudden spike in calcium. That excess calcium builds up in your arteries, making them stiff and narrow. And when arteries narrow, the risk of a blood clot that leads to stroke or heart attack skyrockets. And if you think vitamin D is risky, wait until you hear about the next one, vitamin E. It sounds friendly, even marketed as a heart-healthy antioxidant. Many people take it hoping to improve circulation, boost memory, or enhance skin. But few know that high doses of vitamin E can increase the risk of a brain bleed, especially when taken with heart medications. That's exactly what happened to Jeanette, 78, from Texas. Jeanette had a heart valve condition and was taking warfarin, a common blood thinner. After reading an article that claimed vitamin E helped with blood flow, she bought a bottle with 800 IU per capsule and began taking one daily.
3 weeks later, she was rushed to the ER with a severe headache, vomiting, and confusion. The diagnosis? Hemorrhagic stroke. It wasn't from high blood pressure. It wasn't from trauma. It was the combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E that made her blood so thin it couldn't clot when a small vessel in her brain ruptured. Vitamin E at high doses acts as a blood thinner. If you're taking aspirin, Plavix, or any anticoagulant, adding vitamin E without talking to your doctor is a major risk. The recommended dose for seniors is just 15 milligrams, about 22 IU. Yet most over-the-counter vitamin E supplements range from 200 to 1,000 IU, with no warning labels, no doctor guidance, and millions of people taking them for years. Jeanette survived, but she now walks with a cane, and her memory isn't what it used to be. With tears in her eyes, she said, "I thought I was taking care of myself. I didn't know I was slowly hurting my brain." So if you're taking vitamins, read the label, ask your doctor. Don't assume it's just a vitamin means it's automatically safe. Especially if you're over 60 or taking medications for heart disease or high blood pressure, be extremely cautious. You've probably seen vitamin B6 promoted as good for the brain, supports the nerves, or boosts energy and memory. Many seniors believe taking vitamin B6 daily keeps them mentally sharp and healthy. But here's what almost no one tells you. Taking too much vitamin B6 over time can damage your nervous system, and in some cases, the damage may be permanent. Let me tell you a real-life case. Mr. Phillip, 75, a retired utility worker from Texas, was a very detail-oriented man who took his health seriously. He regularly purchased dietary supplements, especially those marketed for brain support and nerve health. Every day, he took a so-called brain-boosting capsule that contained 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 per pill. But he didn't stop at one. He took 2 pills daily, which meant he was consuming 200 milligrams of vitamin B6 every single day. That's over 20 times the safe upper limit for older adults who generally need only 2 to 10 milligrams per day, including what they get from food.
At first, Mr. Phillip noticed a tingling sensation in his feet. Later, his hands began to feel numb. He had trouble gripping objects. A few months after that, he began to lose balance. And then came the falls. He fell 3 times in under 2 months. One fall occurred in the bathroom, where he hit his head against the wall. When he came in for evaluation, I reviewed all of the supplements he was taking. The answer became clear: vitamin B6 toxicity. Not many people know this, but when taken in high doses over time, vitamin B6 can destroy the protective sheath around your nerves. This slows down nerve signals, leading to numbness, muscle weakness, tremors, and in some cases, memory loss, poor concentration, and long-term brain damage.
What makes this so dangerous is how silently it progresses. Most people assume these symptoms are just part of aging, arthritis, or even early dementia. In reality, it could be caused by the very vitamin they took to stay mentally sharp. Luckily, we caught it in time. Mr. Phillip stopped taking the supplement. The damage didn't get worse, but some of it was permanent. He still needed a cane to walk and could no longer drive. He told me, "I just wanted to keep my mind clear. I never thought I'd end up hurting myself." I'm sharing this story for one reason: to help you understand that vitamin B6 is not harmless when misused. Check the labels of any supplements you're taking, especially if they say brain support, nerve health, or energy. If your pill contains more than 10 milligrams of B6 and you're taking it daily, please reconsider. Now, let's talk about vitamin A. This is one of the oldest vitamins known to us. It's often associated with good vision, glowing skin, strong immunity, and anti-aging benefits. But did you know that excess vitamin A over time can mimic a stroke? Let me introduce you to Margaret, 78, a retired piano teacher from Oregon. She was an independent woman who loved music and took pride in her health and mental clarity even at nearly 80. To protect her vision and skin, she had been taking a supplement containing 10,000 IUs of vitamin A every day for almost 5 years. No one told her that the recommended maximum for older adults is just 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day, and only under a doctor's supervision. One day, she began experiencing severe headaches, dizziness, blurry vision, and slurred speech. Her family panicked, thinking she had suffered a stroke. But at the hospital, tests showed no bleeding, no blood clot, and no ischemic stroke. Instead, she was diagnosed with intracranial hypertension, a condition where cerebrospinal fluid builds up, putting pressure on the brain and mimicking stroke symptoms. The root cause? Vitamin A toxicity. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. It accumulates in your liver, fat tissues, and even in your brain. When taken in excess, it can increase pressure inside the skull, leading to headaches, vision problems, dizziness, memory loss, and in severe cases, permanent neurological damage. After stopping the supplement, Margaret partially recovered, but she still needed regular eye exams and balance therapy. She told me, "I really thought I was doing something good for my health. I never imagined I'd end up hurting my own brain." I share this with you because not all vitamins are safe. More is not always better. If you're taking any kind of supplement, whether a multivitamin or something targeted, read the label carefully. Know exactly how much you're putting into your body. Never hesitate to talk to your doctor, especially if you're taking medications for heart disease, blood pressure, or aspirin.
And if this information helped you, share it with someone you care about. You might just help them avoid a stroke, a heart attack, or long-term brain damage that could have been prevented. If you think vision supplements are risky enough, wait until you hear about niacin, also known as vitamin B3, which is commonly used to support cholesterol levels and heart health, yet can unexpectedly send your blood pressure surging. Niacin was once praised as a natural solution to lower cholesterol and heart risk. Many doctors even prescribed it. You'll find it in heart health supplements, energy drinks, and even fortified cereals. But rarely does anyone warn that high-dose niacin can silently cause blood pressure instability and, in some cases, even trigger a stroke. Let me tell you about Frank Miller, 82, a retired carpenter who lived near the northeast coast. He came in complaining of intense facial flushing, palpitations, and occasional dizziness every morning. His wife thought it was stress. His son assumed it was his blood pressure meds. But the real cause? The niacin he took daily to reduce cholesterol, the one everyone said was good for the heart. The over-the-counter supplement he used advertised supports cholesterol and circulation, but in fine print on the label, each capsule contained 1,000 milligrams of niacin, and he was taking it twice a day, totaling 2,000 milligrams daily, more than 60 times the actual need for seniors, which is around 30 to 50 milligrams per day. Instead of stabilizing blood vessels, high-dose niacin caused them to suddenly dilate, resulting in facial flushing, then rapidly constrict again. This constant expand, contract cycle acts like opening and closing a high-pressure valve repeatedly, leading to massive blood pressure swings, increased stress on the heart, and reduced blood flow to the brain. Eventually, something gave out. Frank suffered a mini-stroke, also known as a transient ischemic attack, TIA. His speech slurred, his right hand trembled, he lost balance for about 2 minutes before stabilizing again. At first, he thought it was just an aging spell, but after we examined everything, he realized the niacin pill he trusted was quietly harming him. Many seniors take high-dose niacin without knowing the risks. They search online for flush-free versions, believing they're safer. But even extended-release formulas can cause high blood pressure, arrhythmias, and blood sugar fluctuations, especially in people taking heart medications or diabetes drugs. Here's what's important. If you're over 60, any niacin dose above 50 milligrams per day without medical supervision carries significant risk. If you're already on heart or blood pressure medication, read your supplement labels carefully. After that incident, Frank stopped taking niacin, his blood pressure stabilized, and his brain didn't suffer long-term damage. He looked at me and said, "Doctor, I really thought I was doing the right thing. I didn't know I was gambling with my brain." So now that we've reviewed 5 popular vitamins, A, E, B6, D, and niacin, and how each can quietly harm you, the question becomes, what should you use instead?
The truth is, your body wasn't designed to thrive on high-dose pills or synthetic supplements. It was built to stay healthy with real, whole foods, the kind your brain recognizes and your body can absorb properly. Let me tell you about Margaret Wilson, 73, a retired elementary school principal from Arizona. When I first met her, her supplement drawer was overflowing. Vitamin D, E, B complex, niacin, multivitamins, and others for brain health. She told me, "Doctor, I'm doing everything right." But every morning she felt dizzy, had trouble balancing, and her blood pressure was all over the place. So we began eliminating the excess pills. No prescriptions, no trends, just real food, selected with care, taken on time. Her breakfast now looks like this: 1 boiled egg, clean protein, half an avocado, healthy fats, a slice of whole grain bread, steady energy, and a handful of blueberries for powerful antioxidants, and a glass of water to rehydrate the body. Sometimes she adds a few walnuts or almonds. No pills, no magic powders, just simple, brain-protective foods. A few weeks later, she said, "The dizziness is gone. My blood pressure's steady. I don't even need my cane. And my mind feels sharper than it has in 10 years. Because your brain doesn't need synthetic mega doses. It needs hydration, healthy fats, clean protein, and natural micronutrients.
You can support your brain and heart with foods like leafy greens like spinach and kale for folate, fatty fish like salmon and sardines, rich in omega-3s, berries packed with anti-inflammatory polyphenols, nuts for vitamin E and magnesium, whole grains to stabilize blood sugar and improve circulation. Together, these foods help reduce your risk of heart attack and stroke naturally and safely. Awareness is the strongest medicine after 60. What you think is a harmless vitamin can backfire if used carelessly. So read the labels, ask your doctor, and most importantly, listen to your body. It's already telling you what it needs. I'll be sharing more simple but powerful ways to improve blood circulation and protect yourself from stroke and heart attack in the next videos. Stay tuned. Your health depends on it.